I'm born and raised. I got my own clothing line, K.O.M, knowledge over money. We're gonna get down to, the meaning of the whole clothing line, of what I'm aiming for, the people I'm trying to reach, the whole nine. Stay tuned.
What led you to start your own business?
Alright, I don't want to, talk your ear off, but it's kind of a two-way answer for me. Because at first, it kind of started with just, the state of mind of our people, just reading, researching, and just looking at the reality of our people. It's kind of crazy, as far as being a consumer, spending money. We number one, we spend the most money in the world in any race compared to any race. So it's but how we end up still the poorest people in the country?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
Not
so
at
it's
all.
Growing up, getting a little older, I'm like, man, I just have to make a change. I'm just looking at different situations. How can I influence that change? First was money. We got to get off the money. Not to be stupid and say you don't need money to thrive in America. Of course you do. You in America, you need money. That's what this country built off of. But don't make your whole focus about money until it changes your situation. Money make you happy or sad. Nah, not in that approach. That's why we're where we are now. We buy materialistic things to make us happy, but it's not making us happy just for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find a way. Okay, how can I use this to deeper this to understand the understanding of money and to use it into where I want it to be used. So you got to gain a knowledge of it. It's anybody can make money. It's easy. You can sell anything on the side of the road. I see people do it all the time, but you got to have the knowledge behind it. It's I don't promote, selling drugs or whatever. That's dumb. But it's everybody in the streets doing the same thing, but nobody got the mind to say, you know what? I know I'm supposed to be doing this. It's a possibility that I might get caught. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just stacking my little money, start my own business.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use your mind in every situation. When somebody talking crazy to you at the job, you need the job. Don't be stupid. Let it ride out. Find you something else until you got the situation. Just use your mind. Read more. And just get more involved and teach yourself. We all grew up learning and knowing certain things, but it was taught to us. We have no proof, no knowledge of it. It's time for us as people, black people especially, to get into these books and read and get more wisdom that's out here for us. And that's just one part. The whole money situation. Then another thing too is I want to really kind of, I don't even want to call it activist or whatever you want to call it, but due to the police brutality and all the innocent kids out here dying, it don't make no sense. So that kind of fueled me in a way. Listen, the system that we depending on, you can read the statutes and the law. It's not for us. Point blank. Period. Back then, right now, it's not for us. So we still depending on the system to protect us.
You're
How
right.
the system's gonna protect us? And it was meant to, to keep us where we are in the whole situation. So it's that kind of fueled me to get on this, looking out for my people, enlightening my people, educating my people, and it just tied on from there. I just used the knowledge, the illiterate we have of the money, and not to do by it, and then just acknowledgement of how to handle certain situations, don't put yourself in bad predicaments, and tie it all in together. Knowledge over money. Any over money. I'm using the O for the UNC. This is the UNC, or whatever. And like I say, knowledge, like I told you, it's a, by definition, it's just state of being aware, or a state of having information and going through certain experiences or whatever. And then the money is materialistic things, that we see, paper. This right here is the most important thing on the shirt. This is the UNC. This represents life. It represents truth, order, and balance. It represents the man, woman, and child. If you pull up a picture of your ovaries right now, woman, you're gonna see a structure that looks symbolizing to this right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what our people, been had for centuries before anything was replicated off of it. And then the colors, red, black, and green. The red represent, the blood that we shed. The green represent the beautiful land of Africa, and the black represent the people of African descent. Because it's the mind of black people It's like everybody else do it. Before I even, get into the question, it's like any other race, this what they do. But when it's time for our people and our race to do it, when we do it, you got our own peoples calling us what? Oh man, you racist, man, you racist. Man, why? Because I put my people first. Because I want to cater to my people. You would look at any company, any brand, NBA, NFL, any big time music groups, music companies, all of that. Black people running it. We selling the most numbers. We doing everything. We putting in all the blood, sweat, and tears. Every year we competing for the title. But guess who's getting that check? Guess who's getting that large lump sum? Not us, because we don't own it. All the millions that everybody make, but you don't own anything. So it's like that's why I'm catering to my people, because I'm trying to enlighten us to understand, just like back in the days, Black Wall Street. If you ever heard of Black Wall Street, look it up. We had a whole city, man, like generating so much money, it was causing economic balance in the whole entire world. One city, Tulsa, Oklahoma, one city. So it's like we had our own chain of food stores, clothing stores.
We did.
Everything. It's like that's what we need to get back to. But it keeping us at a position, because every time somebody stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to have the Malcolm X attitude and look out for my people. Not to say I'm going to treat you in a certain way, but I got to look out for mine, because we the ones out here dying, struggling, Section 8 all our lives.
So tell me this, how do you think we could change that? Like what are you doing to change how we're thinking? Like what?
First, see, this the biggest thing, because like I told you first, you got to reprogram yourself. That's rule number one.
And how can we do that?
First, you got to understand what you are, what you came from. Your history did not start with slavery. You're not a slave. That's not what you came from. We was doing great things before then and still can now. But we want to, glorify and look at the things, the pyramids, this and that are what we did, but we still doing that to this day. And that's what we part away from, because it's like everyone's just so stuck on just, in my opinion, religion. But me, it's like it's all about spirituality. You got to be connected to the whole spirituality of things, because that man in that flesh, it won't get in your way. Point blank, period. So that's why we got to retool ourselves, reprogram ourselves. You got to think about it. The whole slavery event, when that happened, you had people come to this land, take over your land and reprogram you. You couldn't read, you couldn't write. So everything they gave you was information to what they knew and what they had. But yet, you and your people's been here for centuries already, done established, civilizations and all this right here. Done showed you how to navigate the globe. So it's like, that's what we got to get back to. That's why the whole point of this clothing line, you're going to see a lot of my clothes is going to be red, black, and green. Yeah, I have different, colors, color schemes. I have royalty colors like purple and gold, black and gold. But it's all about, me connecting you back to your true divine spirit, point blank, period. So when you see images of you, how you look like somebody the same color complexion doing what you do, you're going to gravitate to that. It's just like, look at America, look at the world. Why do you think it took so long? I ain't going to get into this. I'm just going to tell you for the untrained eye. You see all these presidents that wasn't black or whatever. I'm not going to go into history and give you the real scoop on that. But it's like, why do you think, the opposite race think they could be presidents? Because every time I turn on TV, what they see? A white president, a white president. Right. So you're going to grab, just like basketball players. We resort to that because every time I turn on TV, we see LeBron James. Yeah. So that's what you gravitate to, everything you see. I'm trying to take that to a whole positive, whole different image. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can bounce a basketball, no disrespect, and throw a football, but it's like we're not reading. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand where we come from. We don't understand our heritage, our culture. Point blank, period. Once someone tell you about it, it's like it's so foreign to you because you just Europeanized. You just, it's wrong now, man, you crazy. So, I get a lot of that, but read and research, you will find out different. Shirts, I'm going to break down and get into, the meaning and the symbolism behind it. This shirt right here we call the Mother Africa shirt. You can see, K.O.M, the name. You see the colors, red, black, and green, when I got into it briefly earlier, but I, touch bases on it. The green represent the land, the birthplace of civilization. The red represent the blood that was shed. The black represent, the people. You see the woman in the middle, the mother of all civilization, the birthplace of all civilization. That's that shirt. This shirt right here, we call this just a K.O.M Africa shirt. You know, just the logo. You got the African pendant in the middle instead of the you know, to represent the continent. And you see in the back, it has the sun. That's the strongest force of energy on Earth. So, you know, it's all of my shirts going to have a significant meaning behind it. This is the Meta Nature shirt because this is the first known language to mankind, which is called Meta Nature. It wasn't words, it was just pictures. One thing about it, you can change words all day. You can put them in different languages and what you mean in this language all day. You can't change no picture. So each of these pictures symbolize and means something. And on the back, you know, I got what it means. It just means knowledge over money. That means knowledge. That means over. That means money. Yeah, I have a gang of people, you know, that have their own business as well. And, you know, this particular person I'm giving to, Carrie Houston, we pretty much partnering up to drop a website, which is coming soon. I'm not going to get a website out yet because y'all might go check it and it's not ready yet. It's almost there. But I'm going to keep you posted when it's official. It's going to be dropping. Everybody going to know. But this is his brand. It's the acronym CRAB. And, you know, the acronym means Cruel Reality About Blacks or whatever. And he can get more into, you know, why he built it or whatever, but I can kind of tell you how it started because it was me and him having a conversation, you know. We were just talking, you know, because we always talk about, you know, the state of mind of a black person, what can we do to better ourselves. So he got on the fact about talking about, you know, crabs in the bucket because we was talking and one thing led into that. He was like, well, Dominic, man, like, you know, I feel you, bro, but, man, like, man, people in Tallahassee, man, us black people like crabs in the bucket or whatever. I said, you know what, you got a strong point, because we might be like crabs in the bucket, but I said, check this, are you using it for the positive side or the negative side? Because to me, I feel like you use it for the negative side. Everybody see me crabs in the bucket, so y'all gravitate to it. So what y'all do? So if you crabs in the bucket, when I see my fellow brother, I'm going to treat him like the crab in the bucket. So he was like, but why you say that? I was like, think about it like this. You ever took the time out to research a crab in this natural habitat? And this how I kind of put it, you know, together, and he kind of took like, oh, that's a good idea. I was like, check this out. Now, I researched a crab in water. You know what a crab do in water in its own natural habitat? Okay, you know how, you know, when the crabs have babies, the eggs got to float to the surface and go to the sand, bears inside the sand, and for the babies to hatch and swim back to the water, you know, to maintain their life. What the crabs do is they know every animal have a pheromone, which is a scent. Like, we know when she's pregnant. So they stack on top of each other, put the female crab on top to let her float, the eggs float to the surface for the baby to have a better chance of living. The point of me telling you this is, and a crab in its natural habitat, it works together as a unit, as a team, no matter what. That's how I tie that into a black person. And our natural habitat, Mother Africa, where we came from, do your research. You will find out that we built civilizations, countries, you know, by working together in our natural habitat. But let me tell you what slavery did. When slavery came, they took us from our natural habitat, brought us to an unnatural habitat, so it's only right for us to act unnatural, right? Mm-hmm. Just like a crab. You put a crab in a bucket, he see all this buckets going to the boiling hot water, he don't know what's going on, he don't stay in no bag, he stay in the ocean. Just like us. We are, when it comes down to the sun, we are tropical people. It's like the closer we are to the sun, you know, our vibrations, you know, we respond in certain ways. So he took us from our natural habitat, put us in an unnatural habitat, so it's only right for me to see my brother as my enemy. That's what this person I have, we have the SOS brand. See what it says, we are saving ourselves. This is the black one. I'll show you the white one. This is the white one. There's many different colors too on the website. And this is my other business partner. And I got another person out of Tallahassee, Florida. A classmate, graduated with, basketball player Dominic Yates. He got his own foundation, Giving to Give Foundation. You know, he really active in the community, trying to look out for the kids, get them a better situation. Black-owned business, Marcus Thomas. Look him up on Facebook. You know, excellent moving service. You can contact him at 850-405-6929. His email address is jnmmovingmen@gmail.com. You know, great prices. Great work. And I want to plug my guy, and this is another one of my business partners who's making all these shirts possible. you know, pretty much done designed every shirt you done seen up here or whatever. This is his own personal company, BMP. He do graphic designs, all kind of, you know, wedding invitations. He actually customized logos and designs. A couple people that already, if you look him up on Facebook, they got designs by him. Capital City Painting, I want to say. My partner Gary Graves, he got a painting company. Great work. You know, I don't got his card on me, but he did his design. Young Pharaoh, he do all his designs from his DVD covers or whatever. Like I told you, all my shirts. Real good, reasonable prices. His information is phone number 850-294-6232, Matthew Houston. Email address wandulkins at hkf.hkf@gmail.com. I'm going to spell it out for you because he got a crazy email. ONEDUDEKINZ.hkf.hkf@gmail.com. So, you know, personalized shirts, customized shirts, super family reunions, you do it all. Holla at them. Rush TV, K.O.M, SOS, Crab, BMP, Black owned business. Y'all get at me.